Hey everyone, welcome to Kempner Canucks. My name is RevTrev, and I'm so glad you're here because tonight we're going to be talking about the Canucks NHL draft trade rumors. There are so many trade rumors flying around Vancouver, it's absolutely crazy. Now, we're going to be talking about, are they real or are they ridiculous? Are they real? Are they ridiculous? So we're going to be talking about Eilas Pettersson. We're going to talk about Jake DeBrusk. We're going to be talking about Brock Boeser. These are all the names that are being brought up right now, and they're in trade rumors. So some of these are legitimate. Some of these probably are just ridiculous. We're going to dive into it. So I can't wait to share some comments with you and then get into your comments. So welcome to the channel. If you're new here, good to have you here. Glad you found me. But also, if you've been here a while, I'm so glad you're here as well. Let's hit the promo, and then we're going to get into it. All right, I just got home, just grabbed some pizza. By the way, many of you know I live on Vancouver Island, and I'm a Nanaimo guy, love Nanaimo bars, all that kind of stuff. But if you know me, I love pizza. And here's some awesome pizza from Ladysmith. Ladysmith's just 15, 20 minutes down the road from Nanaimo. Robert Street Pizza, if you have not tried this is absolutely fantastic and good. Also, the Old Town Bakery, amazing. Best cinnamon buns in the world are in Ladysmith. Okay, so let's dive into this conversation because I do think that with the draft just being a few days away, that this is heating up. Now, if you think about what's happening in Canuckland on how we're trying to rebuild this team, you have now the Twins as co-presidents and Ryan Johnson as general manager. And then you have Manny Malhotra as the coach, okay? So that means there's going to be a shift in what we're going to be doing. In fact, I wonder if, and this is just an idea, but I wonder if the real reason that Rutherford chose to move on Alvin as they had a different philosophy on how to build this team. And he was like, if this philosophy happens, it's not going to work well. I'm just wondering if that's the case. But now we don't know that information. Just a thought I'm having. But I think with this new management, there are some new emphasis about what they want to do, how they want to build this team, because we need to rebuild this team the right way. I've been talking about this for 2 months, okay? There's a big difference between a playoff pretender and a cup contender. And I know that Ryan Johnson, the Twins, Manny Malhotra want to go in the direction of start building this into a cup contender. And you know, I have that shirt, says just once before I die, win a Stanley Cup. But I've also said I'd love it if we built a cup contender that is a chance to win multiple cups. And I know beggars can't be choosers, okay? But in all honesty, that's how you should be designing this team, not just to win one cup, but to be a contender and have a chance to win multiple cups. So we have the opportunity right now to do this. It's very important, okay? So just as I'm looking at here, and by the way, side note, World Cup, Canada won today, 6-0. Are you kidding me? That's what I want the Canucks to start doing. Going into tournaments and play and winning games like 6-0, like just squash them like a grape. You know what I mean? Like just no doubt that we're the best team available. Now, this is going to be a process. It's going to take years to get there, but I want us to get to that place again where we're dominating teams. That would be awesome. That's the dream, right? But some of it is, do we move off veteran assets now? And if it's not now, right before the trade deadline, which I think is a great time to make a deal, in the offseason, in the year, some of these contracts coming, So there's conversation. So you and I have already talked about, a Marcus Pettersson, Philip Hronek. I don't think either one of those guys is getting moved, personally. So I'm not going to bring them up too much unless you bring it up in the chat later. Okay? But I do want to talk about three guys specifically, Jake DeBrusk, Eilas Pettersson, and Brock Boeser, whether I believe it's real or ridiculous. So Jake DeBrusk trade rumors, I think, is real. And it's not because I don't like the guy. In fact, I really like having him on our team. I think he's a solid player. Is he streaky? Yes. He's not a consistent goal scorer, but at the end of the year, he always seems to have around the same amount of goals. This season, what he did spectacularly, is that a word? Is scored 19 playoff goals. And you heard that right. 19 power play goals. You didn't hear that right because I didn't say it right. He had 19 power play goals this season. He was absolutely efficient and amazing. And to keep him would be nice, just to have a guy like that on the team. The thing is, I just got a little bit of pizza still in my. The thing about Jake, that is, he's consistently consistent in the way of like, this is the kind of player you get. Okay. But he didn't want to, he signed to Vancouver because he thought we were going to try to build a contender. Had Quinn Hughes on the team at the time, and Demko was healthy, and all this kind of stuff, right? Like Pettersson and Brock Boeser and all the Garland. And you start thinking about it, Sherwood, people like that. That's why he came. He wanted, but he said that he's open to being moved because he didn't say he was open. He goes, he didn't come to Vancouver to be on a rebuild. And rightly so. If you're Jake DeBrusk, why would you want to stay in Vancouver? Like, tell me, other than like you're already getting paid, and I believe it's $5.5 million. He's getting paid $5.5 million, which is a good deal for him until 2031. Okay, 29 years old. He can play left and right wing, but he shoots left. We know this about him. Okay, but I think it's real that he could be moved for the right price, and it's not even just for the right price. I think the realistic possibility is that Jake DeBrusk is moved sometime before the draft or during the draft. And what my hope and dream is for Jake is that we get a second round pick and a third. It's basically the Connor Garland offer. I mean, I think that's what he's worth. Now, if we can only get a second round pick for this season, do it. Move on from $5.5 million for the next number of years. Even though he's a veteran presence, he's a good guy to have in the locker room. Nothing wrong with that, because there's something good about having kind of guys like this in the locker room. Culture is important. But if he wants to go, let him go. And I'm totally pumped. If we get a second and a third for Jake, do it. Now, you got to be able to take those draft picks and do something with. I think it's real. I think that Jake DeBrusk is going to get traded sometime before or during the draft. Ottawa sounds like they're interested. That's just good to know. Somebody's interested, Now, one of the reasons why they would be interested is Jake DeBrusk is known as a Leaf killer in the playoffs. So if Ottawa has that rivalry with Toronto, I think that's great. I think it'd be great if Jake went to Ottawa and got to be on a team that has made the playoffs, where the Leafs have not in this last year. But we'll see what happens. Maybe the Leafs come back. I don't know. What would you guys want? So post in the comments, what do you want for Jake DeBrusk if he gets traded? Or do you say, no, I don't want him to get traded at all? Let me know in the comments. Okay, let's dive into the big fish, okay, so to speak. The big name that is now circulating again. And now, is this trade rumor of Eilas Pettersson, EP40, okay? Is it real or ridiculous? Now, I think it can be both. I'm leaning ridiculous, but it could be. I think there's there's a possibility he can be moved. But I want to talk about some positive things about Petey, okay? But I also want to talk about some challenges too. I'll tell you this straight up, right off the bat. You know that I've been very critical of Pettersson. And if he gets traded, I'm telling you right now, I am going to be happy. I want this guy gone. I don't like his demeanor. I don't like his production. And to be honest, I just don't like his, I don't know, what else can I say? I don't like his contract. And that's the big problem. And apparently the Canucks are willing to retain. What? I mean, obviously, ideally, you don't want to retain. Okay? But if you have to, it sounds like they're willing to move off of him. Now, here's the problem, everyone, because Allvin and Rutherford gave him the $11.6 million contract, right, for until 2032. So an 8-year deal. He still has, what, 6 years still remaining? He's a center. This is the thing. Teams want centers. I think a team like LA is looking for a center. I think a team like Pittsburgh's looking for a center. I think teams like Detroit are looking for centers. Now, Larkin's wanting to go. I don't think they would do Pettersson for Larkin straight up and we just call it a day. If we could do that, you have no idea. I would probably do a happy dance and do that, right? Now, I've always said in order to move Pettersson, you have to get decent return. And I'm not even saying $11.6 million worth of return, but Kotkaniemi is not decent return in my opinion. Now, if that's what we do and it goes to Carolina, we get Kotkaniemi and they fully retain salary, then we just got to pull the plug and do that. But I do think that Pettersson can, on a different team, in a different situation, have a good career. I don't think he's gonna have a great career. What happened to 100-point Pettersson? What happened to, how many points did he have before that? Like he had a bunch of 70 points. Why don't I know this information? He had 2 good years. Was it 89-point year? I think it was, if memory serves me correctly. I mean, I've been talking about this for a long time. I think that this trade rumor is ridiculous in the way that who's actually going to pull the trigger for Eilas Pettersson with these last 2 years, 45 points, 51 points. It's just not good enough. And you're going to be able to get him at a discounted rate, and you could have some maximum return, like really maximum return. Now, with Jake DeBrusk, with Brock Boeser, and with Eilas Pettersson, they all have no movement clauses, everyone. So they have to agree. They have to agree. I think Jake would agree. I think Pettersson, depending on the team, could agree. The fan base has turned on Pettersson. I've been saying for 2.5 years we should trade this guy. Actually, I think I've probably been saying for longer, probably 3 years, that we should trade Pettersson. I don't think he's a playoff guy. I don't think he's the guy that's going to drive the line, which I was right about. I thought the contract was decent, but it was too much and it was too long, which again, I was right about. But I just don't like what I see on the ice from him. I don't like the demeanor. I don't like the interviews. I don't like the annoyed that he has to answer questions. And I'm tired of him saying, I've got to be better. Well, be better. And I know it's easier said than done. I'm so sick of watching him play and just play at such a garbage level. And there's so many excuses. And guess what? The PD police used to come after me all the time. But where have you gone? People are sending me, you need to apology things, that you need to apologize for Pettersson. Heck no. He needs to apologize to this franchise for ripping us off on the salary cap, because his production has not even come close to his contract. His production has stunk. And I'm done. I've been done for a while. Do I think he can turn it around? What does that mean, turn it around? Just like this year's going to be his revenge tour? No. This is my personal opinion, okay? I think that Eilas Pettersson will not get traded. That this is more of a ridiculous one. It's just the rumor's ridiculous because nobody wants that contract. Okay. And there's something else I wanted to share about that. There's something really important. Dang, it was really good. I was setting it up perfectly. Okay. Oh, yeah. My personal opinion is we're stuck with Pettersson because of this contract. And I know a lot of you are going to say, no, we're going to retain. No. I just don't think we're going to get the return that you guys are going to be like. So many people just move them right now. Move them for a draft pick. Move them for a not first overall, of course, first overall, but move them for a first round pick. I just don't know if that's worth it. But maybe it is. Maybe it is. If we move them, I am going to be shocked. Honestly, I shouldn't say shocked. I'll be surprised if someone actually goes and makes a trade for Eilas Pettersson EP40. If you were another team, would you try to go trade for him? I mean, maybe Carolina wants to do that. Get rid of Kotkaniemi, bring in Pettersson, pay that extra salary, and just call it a day. Maybe get some retention, 30%. Would you do that as a Canucks fan? Would Carolina do that? What's LA going to offer? Do they even want a Pettersson? Who's not only struggled in the NHL, also struggled in the Four Nations tournament, in the Olympics. I think it's ridiculous. I just think we're stuck with Pettersson. That's my personal opinion. I don't think it's going to happen. But I will be thrilled if it does. Okay. Post in the comments what you think about that. We're going to get into the last one. So I know that was a long rant. You knew it was going to be a long rant. Everyone wants to talk about Pettersson. That's my take. That's my take. Third one is Brock Boeser. Trade rumors or real or ridiculous. Okay. My personal opinion is this. I understand that people are going to be calling or talking to the Canucks about the veterans. Again, no movement clause. Here's the thing. I think this is ridiculous, and I don't think you should be trading Brock Boeser. And I'll tell you why. First of all, he loves it here. Now, Pettersson says that he liked it here too, and that's fair, and he can like it here. These guys can veto any of these trades. But I think Brock Boeser especially wants just to play out his contract. Now, just a reminder, Brock Boeser just signed $7.25 million per year until 2032. So you got Pettersson and Brock until 2032. Okay. You have Hronek till 2032. And then you have Marcus Pettersson and Jake DeBrusk. That's contracts are until 2031. This team could look drastically different. And you've got, Demko's now on a 3-year deal, $8.5 million. Lankinen's $4.5 million for the next 4 years, each season. So there we are. We're still paying the OEL contract until 2031, which is $4.7 million this season. 2.1, 2.1, 2.1, 2.1. So after this year, it doesn't hurt. And we also retained $1.5 million on Tyler Myers for this season. So this season doesn't matter. We're trying to be bad again and tank. But I think Brock Boeser will veto a trade. Guys, he married a girl from Vancouver. He loves this city. He loves this team. He wants to be a part of it. I think that Brock Boeser stays in Vancouver, everyone. That's what I think. I think it's not real. I don't think he's going to go anywhere. And I love watching him on that bro line, which is Boeser, Rossi, and Ogren. Those three together are fun to watch. Keep them together. He's the kind of guy you want in your locker room. Eilas Pettersson, I don't think so much. I think Hronek's another guy you want in your locker room. I think those are two guys you want to keep to help the young guys know what it's like to be a professional hockey player, someone with character and standards and morals. And not saying that Pettersson doesn't have that, or Marcus Pettersson for that matter. but I don't like Pettersson's demeanor. Marcus Pettersson's fine. He might be another guy you want to keep around to have that, veteran presence. But I think Brock Hronek, definitely you want to keep around to have that. Now, if Hronek, I'm open to trading Hronek if we get a good haul for him. Like, we need to rebuild this whole thing. And I think Ryan Johnson and the Twins love a guy like Brock Boeser. They want him sticking around. Eilas Pettersson, I think they're tired of. They know the ins and outs of him. They've seen him. They've heard all the background information. My opinion is they love Brock, and they would be open to moving Eilas if they get the right deal. I want to know what you think, though. I want to know what you think. Tell me about the Canucks NHL draft trade rumors. Let's get into this, okay? Before we do, and hit one more promo and get into your comments. So pumped you're here. This is a great conversation to have. Just before I get into your comments, I just realized, I was talking about the cap, and I wanted to show this to you, okay? So when you see the full roster breakdown, we talked about how Pettersson, Brock Boeser, and Jake are on long-term contracts, as well as Filip Hronek and Marcus Pettersson, okay? After that, there is a lot of wiggle room, and it's like, what have you done for me lately kind of thing. By the way, I need to how do I shut this down? I want to show this whole thing. Okay, so you're sitting here watching this, right? And you're looking, hopefully you can see this. It might be too small on the screen. But as you look at this, okay, you got Pettersson all the way down. So the top three guys, they have these big contracts. Then they got to figure out what they're going to do with Rossi. Philip Hedl's even going to play this season. Höglander, like all these people are in short-term contracts. Drew O'Connor's on a contract year. And you got all these young guys that are going to need to be re-signed. Just look at this. There's going to be a lot of re-signings and stuff like that. Extensions for the young guys. But there's going to be a lot of movement too. And it's literally going to be, what have you done for me lately? And do we believe that you're part of the future? So just something to look at there. But the top three guys there are the guys we're talking about tonight, because they could be on the move. We're going to find out real soon. Okay. So let's remove that and let's dive into your comments. There are tons. There's 81 plus comments here tonight. Okay. Rod is the first one here. He's pumped about the 6-0 win, right? But Cone broken leg though. So we're hooped for the rest of the World Cup. He was too key. Yeah, that's crazy. Sports Card Mania, it says they might. Is that who? Canada might be hooped? Or are you talking about the Canucks? Line change. Tyler, good to see you, man. What's up, Trev? I'm doing well. Evening, buddy. So many juicy Canuck rumors. Thank you very much. Good to see you, Mark. Like the new intro. Thanks. I put a lot of work into them, so I appreciate that you like it. Prick Vetty says, rumors are fun. I wonder who will be traded first, DeBrusk, Boeser, or PD, or Hellebuck. Woo! Yeah, I mean, Hellebuck, you could get a haul for Hellebuck, right? What is it? To Edmonton for Nurse and someone else? Talk about people who want to get traded. It's like Nurse is like, okay, crickets. Okay. I don't know who's going to get traded first. All I know is I hope it would be neat if we got, I think one of those three are getting traded. Nicholas says, on day 4 of a 5-day sardine fast, pizza looks good. Sardine fast? I've never heard of that one before. Yeah, the pizza is good. Please trade Thatcher Demko. You know what, West? I don't know who would take him. Who's going to take an injury-prone goalie who might never play again, right? So Coach Rob's in the building. Burnsy's in the building. Sports Card Mania says they could win in 2020 2070, maybe. Hopefully win before that. I'm going to be dead by then. Cooch or Coochie Coo. Oh, Coochie Coo. That's a hilarious one. I don't really want to move EP40 right now. Is that Keith? I think that is Keith. It's my buddy Keith. Okay. Maybe not. Coochie Coo. Okay. I really don't want to move EP40 right now. I want to see at least a few games under Maholt's system before we sell low. That's a fair take. Perkvetti says EP40 trade rumors are the hottest. I agree. It's a hot take right now. Deeks Rips says trade Jake and Marcus Pettersson. That's fair. By the way, guys, I got an email. No, I got not an email. I got a DM from Hot Take Hockey. Love his content. Think he's a good guy. Now, we know he's a Leafs fan, and he created this rumor. Okay, and he wanted me to go. But so Blues receive, because they said somebody told me this morning, this was a Dollywall said, that St. Louis is sniffing around Pettersson. So that's crazy. So this is his trade rumor, okay? Blues receive Eilas Pettersson, Drew O'Connor, and a 2026 second-round San Jose pick, which is 41st overall. Canucks receive Dvorsky, Pia Suter. Why would we be trading back for Pia Suter? That makes no sense. Jonathan Drouin, Detroit's first that they have, it's 15th overall, and Colorado's first, 29th overall. And then Van get first 5 draft picks would be Caleb Maholtra at 3, Ryan Lynn at 15, Hermanson at 24, Elton Hermanson, 29, Liam Rock, 33, Marcus Rock. Guys, I'm going to make a video on the Rock twins. There's a love affair with the Rock twins that the Canucks have. I don't know. Looks kind of like an interesting deal to me. An interesting deal. It's kind of fun that he went and did that. Thanks. Hot Take Hockey. Okay. Jake, DeBrusk, and Hoagie for Columbus first, 14th overall. I don't think they do that. I think they hang up the phone, man. I think our players are not worth a first rounder. Fawn says, change the jerseys. I'm sick of the loser blue. Okay. Yeah, I would prefer this right here. I want that free the skate come back. Agreed with the jersey. Enough of the will. Johnny Canuck from now on. Okay, that's another possibility. Justin says, reported that cap is going up and teams are calling on Petey and Vancouver is willing to retain to get good value. Time for a change and get that last piece of bad culture out of the room. That's a fair take. Stevens here says Jake DeBrusk had 4 even strength goals in 81 games this season, but 19 on the power play. Second most was 6 on the Vancouver Canucks. He was basically a power play merchant. Absolutely. He's got value. A lot of people say, oh, he's not very good. I'm like, what? Well, it says cannot retain on EP40. That's too many years of retention. I know that's the worry, right? Mark says pick and a player he would be happy with. $3 million is the rumor of retention. Is that correct? That's interesting. C-Maps here. I think I saw Demko at work today in Kelowna. The guy that came through looked a lot like him, and he was wearing a Canuck shirt and shorts like players wear with a small logo. That's cool. That's cool, man. I used to live in the Okanagan. $3 million of retention per season. Yeah, I hear you. I don't know if maybe that'd be worth it. Justin says we can totally retain. Cap is no issue for the next 5 years at least. Problem is at 6 years. Nobody retains with that many years left. We might have to. Maybe Vancouver will be the first then. That's right, Prickvetti. How many years was OEL paid? I know it's not retention, but how many years? I mean, there is some, yeah. I think we can get a deal done without retention. I would love that. Steven says, wait, I just had a thought. If we trade EP40 and retain, he will be like OEL. That's right. But OEL was a buyout. Exactly. SGA's in the building. Good to see you, man. Seems like a long-term payouts is common, though. Retaining on EP40 isn't ideal, but it would be an addition by subtraction if we can move him. That's possible. I mean, we're not going to rebuild properly with him. Like, in my opinion. Unless we get a great winger to play with them and he can redo his career there. But Steven says when Arizona traded OEL to us, they retained $1 million on his $8.5 million, $8.25 million with 6 years left. That's right. That's exactly what they did. EP40 for Gallagher, decent trade in your mind? I mean, straight up, I don't know if it's a decent trade. I think would Montreal do that? I mean, I think if I was Montreal, I'd do that. But would Vancouver? I think Vancouver probably do that too. Agreed, RevTrev. Petey should apologize to fans and pay back some of the salary to charity. That's exactly. Pettersson needs to do some squats. Yep, I agree. Dell's in the building. Good to see you, man. Carolina won the cup with $12 million cap space, more than EP40's salary. Let that sink in. Woo! That's brutal, right? Keep EP40 and play him as a third-line center. I like that. No, wait a minute. Keep EP40 and play him as a third-line center? Can you imagine? I mean, Calgary's got a similar problem, guys. Huberdeau makes like $10.9 million a year or something like $10 million a year, and he's been terrible too, but he's also been hurt. Retaining while paying OEL. It's only $4.7 million. Listen, the goal is not this year, Rolly. Okay? 6 more years. I get it. I would love to see the RevTrev happy dance. I'm telling you right now, if he gets traded. SGA, thoughts on Pettersson to San Jose? Take him. Take him. Can you give us back Sherwood? That would be great. Buyout. I don't think buying out EP40 is the right move. Cap is up, Trev. First line centers are going to make $18 million soon. I agree. I wish Pettersson was a first line center. 106 people in here right now, everyone. So cool. Remote viewer says that GMs know EP has character issues. Yep. But maybe they can buy low. Was Trev is right. It's like who would want Huberdeau, right? Did I say Hellebuck? Did I say Huberdeau? Because it is Huberdeau. Who wants Huberdeau? Nobody. Barzell for EP40. I would be very open to that. Unplugged. I love it. Angelo. So trade him for peanuts. Salted or unsalted? Okay. San Jose 27 for PD. Who's number 27 on San Jose? What? That. How come I don't know this? 27. It's got to be someone famous, right? San Jose Sharks. 27. Who's that? I must be having that wrong. 27. Did you write that right or did I miss that wrong? San Jose 27. Oh, a San Jose 2027 pick for PD? What, first round or what? Nicholas says EP40 better than Kokanemi. Yeah, I agree. Trade PD to San Jose for sure. What are you giving us back? SGA. Perkvetti, out of the 3, PD trade is the most talked about. It may not be a great trade, but I think he goes first. I would be shocked if he gets traded or surprised. Remote viewer says he's softer than Baby Poo. People call EP40 Bambi. I wouldn't say Baby Poo. Softer than Baby Poo. William and a second to Buffalo for EP40. I'd love that trade. Flames offer Huberdeau for PD. Oh, that one hurts, man. Oh, I don't know. I mean, cheering against PD a number of times a year would be great. Buffalo isn't trading Byram. Send DeBrusk to Columbus for the 14th overall. Oh, man, I would do this in a heartbeat. Krista, I would do this in a heartbeat. There's no way Columbus does that. They might give us a second-round pick. They are not giving us a first. Brock Boeser was minus 48. Okay, I know that's bad. But everybody was awful this year. Everybody. And Justin, I'm with you. Brock can stay if he wants. I love it. And it's his choice. Brock is not fit on is not a fit on the contender. He wants to stay in Vancouver. Send Boeser to Boston. We could do that. CMAP says, how about Olympic MVP Caroline Harvey going first overall to the Vancouver Golden Knights? I know, it's awesome. It's awesome. Let's sign the papers now, he says. What was the thing? Huberto for Petey straight up. Roy says Larkin wants out. Andre Kopitar has left the building. Yeah, I think Larkin can go to LA. I really do. Huberto for Petey, crap contract for crap contract. I mean, I think we lose that trade, guys. Hronek plus 41 for San Jose. Eklund for plus 27. Eklund is, I thought he's 72, number 72. Teams aren't going to trade their best players for PD. I agree. Here's another one. Nurse for PD. Nope. I say no to that. I do not want. Nurse has no, he's got terrible value. I would not want him. 40 isn't very valuable. It's true. Just I'm with you. Nurse won't come to Vancouver. Well, his sister plays here, so maybe he would. I don't know. Sounds like the Canucks have changed their minds about retaining on EP40's contract. I don't know, Roy. Mark says apparently Forbert and Hedel are both ready to go. Dang. I'm sure we could get something for Derek. I don't know what. I don't think you can get anything for him, honestly. I mean, what are you going to get, my friend? What do you think we're going to get? 3rd round pick, 4th round pick, 5th round pick. He's a 6th set like defenseman. Like he's like 6'7". Whoa. Did I just say 6'7"? That's what he is. But maybe both teams wash their hands of questionable players. That's fair. I don't think that's going to happen. Brock Boeser is a warrior. I love Brock. I want to keep him. Stuck with Louis Pettersson, Erickson. Ouch. Yeah, I think we're stuck with him. LA is a fit for PD. It could be. Could be. SGA says the San Jose Sharks aggressively pursued Brock Boeser during his contract negotiations in the 2025 offseason. San Jose, along with the New York Islanders, were prepared to offer a 7-year deal. Wow. I did not know that. Okay, first of all, let me just think about that for a second. Both teams would have benefited from having Brock Boeser there. They both would have, but Brock chose Vancouver, guys. That says something. You could have played with Celebrini, bro. You could have played with Bo Horvat and played on the same team as Matthew Schaefer. He says, no. I love Brock. Keep Brock in Vancouver. Okay. Bowen Byram will be a UFA end of next season. Milk Hronek for another first rounder and then a top forward prospect, then sign Byram to a long-term $8.5 million times 7-year deal. Maybe they do that. Love the Brock star, but if the return is good, we got to try and get him to waive. I agree, but I don't want him to go. Nicholas says so many bad decisions over the past 15 years. That's true. Sports Muppets is here. Good to see you, man. Stop being so hard on number 40. He could bounce back. I could. Oh, last year was supposed to be revenge year, guy. The revenge tour that didn't happen. I'm done with him. I'm done with him. Sorry, you can like him. Jaden, hey Kemner, I'm newly subscribed. EV40. What do they get draft day? What's his value? Not retained. I think at best he's worth a B tier prospect and a high second rounder or a late first. I do think he's worth a first round pick. I really do. So, but I don't know. I just don't know what teams would actually want him, honestly. Imagine we still, I think about this probably once a week, once every 2 weeks. I miss Zadorov. Trading Hronek could be easy with Zeev, Zadorov, DPD, Verlander as your core. Well, just remember, Zeev and Zadorov play the same side, so they're both left-handed shot defensemen. DPD's left-handed shot and right-handed shot is Verlander, so that could be it. Yeah, that could have been it, but it's not. I'm hoping Huber's surgery is successful and the new testicles take. Okay. Oh my goodness. Too much information, buddy. Angelo, I made a video on this. Bring Kuzmenko back. I totally think that would be fun to bring him back. If we keep Pettersson, if we don't, then don't. Because he scored 39 goals with Pettersson, and Pettersson had 39 goals. 122 people here. This is awesome. Okay, Johnny Canuck says Petey needs Kuzi eating bananas and drinking. It's Pepsi, not Coke. It's Pepsi beside him on the bench again. Johnny Canuck. He drinks Pepsi. Yep, we said that twice. Okay. I'd be open to trade all of them long-term trios. Okay. Alfred, it's good to know that. Ooh, what's your thing say? This is what we live for. Oh, yeah. It's not what I live for. But I do like the Canucks. Go Canucks, go. Go Canucks, go. Wasn't there a rumor that the Sedins tried to bring EP40 on their wings, but EP40 seems not to have taken the Twins up on their offer? Now the Twins are the co-presidents. I know. This is a rumor that's been flying around, and this is why it's now awkward. Petey, think about Petey. It's like, hey, we're gonna get a new president and new general manager. This is gonna go well. Then it's like we just made the Twins co-presidents. He's like, dang it. Wasn't there a rumor that the Sedins? Oh, yeah, we just talked about that. Okay. Alfred, Petey and Boeser must go. If DeBrusk doesn't want to be a part of rebuild, trade him too. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about, man. So the whole video is on. Eiseren holds everybody to his personal standard. That's maximal effort. EV40 will be under constant pressure. I think you need to have high standards, especially for a guy who makes that much money. CMAP says there are always rumors surrounding the Canucks, but always seem much to do about nothing. No. We've made a ton of trades. Miller's gone. Zadorov we let walk. Lindholm we let walk. Hughes got traded. Sherwood got traded. Garland got traded. There's lots of stuff that happens in Vancouver land, man. Why haven't the Oilers taken a flyer in Demko? Because nobody wants to take the risk. Canucks not trading anything, Sam says? I disagree. I think DeBrusk is gone. Marcus says, apparently they're taking Chase Reed out for dinner tonight. Woo! That's interesting. Marcus Ruck is already having back issues. Oh, gee, I didn't know that. Had to pull out of the combine. That's fair. Prick Fetty said, I saw a mock draft. Toronto 1, Reed 2. Vancouver gets Malhotra at 3, Stenberg 4. Maybe Stenberg will be next. Shane Wright down the no, he's going to be the real deal. I am going to bring this up right now, guys. I want to make this very, very clear. This is where is it? Where did I put it? This is what I think is going to happen at the draft. Okay. This is going to happen at the draft. This is my realistic prediction. It's going to go McKenna, Stenberg, Malhotra, Reed, Verhoff, Karls, Bjork, Smits, Cullen, Wyatt Cullen, and Lawrence is going to go to the Predators. That's my prediction. So we'll see if I'm right. Demko on the men could be swell. Yeah, that could be swell. Yeah. I'll just put that there because we don't need to see that again. Keep Pettersson. He's a 60 to 70 point center in 2 years. Okay. It's 11.6 will be the low end for that kind of center. I just want to agree to disagree on this one, man. He's not going to be better. He's not going to be better in Vancouver, man. He's not. What's better? 60 points? That's not good enough. It's not good enough. He gets paid top 5 money in the NHL. Okay, top 5. He doesn't drive the line. I'm not in. You can believe that, and God bless you for being optimistic. Okay, but I'm done. And this, my wife and I, my wife had 2 miscarriages as well, and it's not easy. Don't get me wrong. But That can't be the excuse of why he's struggled. It can't be. I have a list. I've made a video of all the excuses people have made about EP40. It's growing. He still struggles. Joseph says we need to send the Sedin bros to lace up again. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Might get hurt, but David says, what if we retain and someone buys him out to double the contract length and double? No, I don't know. I don't know how that works, David. Justin says, what are the pros to keeping PD through this rebuild? I don't think there's any pros. I don't think we should retain any of that 11.6 million garbage. If retaining another below 1 million is my preference, but who wants to go and take on? No, I don't think nobody wants Pettersson for 11.6 or 10.6. I'm just telling you right now. So EP40 will be the best Canuck ever if they win a cup. We're not winning with EP40, man. Come on now. I get it. You're optimistic, but it's just not in realm of possibility. He's a lifelong point per game player that they can easily win. No, I mean, I guess so, but he wasn't last year and he wasn't the year before that. And when he signed the contract, he wasn't a point per game guy. Let's move him. Let's move him. Look at, we go from he's a point per game guy. We could win the cup. He's going to be the best Canuck ever. No, he's not. No, he's not. To put EP40 on the checking line. You promised that guys, dude, they've been promising me for 2.5 years that EP40 is what you're telling me. It's great. I'm so glad you think that. I really hope you're right. But I don't think so. We are in a rebuild for the rest of EP40's contract. Could be. We're not giving you... See, you wouldn't even give us Sherwood back for Pettersson? See, that's what I'm talking about. His values are nothing. Everyone is overacting. You shouldn't trade him for pennies. I agree. Don't trade him for pennies. Get something to value in return. And when I mean value, I'm talking about what's he worth? $7 million a year? Get a player like... That's why they're saying Kotkaniemi for Pettersson, and then they give us a pick. That's what the rumor is with Carolina. 60 points will never be the 12 million average. Personal strife is sad to hear, but hockey players go through loss and still perform. Do you think he won't have any other issues in the future? That's a fair take. Elfrin, I'm absolutely against retaining. Okay. But we might have to. All the rumors are saying that we're going to retain on him, man. No team wins a Stanley Cup with dead money, Limerick for... Yeah, I mean, but we're not going to win with Pettersson either. Trade EP40 at the deadline. We could do that too. 11.6 will be... Yeah, he's just not good, man. EP40 for Huberto, we save $1 million, right? We talked about that. We're not bugging, man. It's 2.5 years of this garbage that we've been watching. PD is average 250th, not even top 30. There you go. DeBrusk has more value. Pettersson has more potential, production, and scoring history. Fair. Kesselring getting traded to San Jose is a big... I think that's a big deal. Hybrid is still going to talk about him. That's great. Be better in the future. He'll be better in the future. Loss and the worst team in the year. I promise. You can promise whatever you want. You can promise whatever you want. We're not tripping, man. This is just, he's literally, dude, he's probably coming back with this. That comment right here is average 250. Like he's bad. He's bad right now. DeBrusk didn't even have a bad year. For $5.5 million, he had 19 power play goals. That's not a bad year. A bad year. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I just, you're not going to win a Stanley Cup with them. That's what I'm saying. PD has 3 bad seasons at this point. Yep. Only read anti-PD comments. Nope. I read them all. I read them all. Oh, thumbs up, hockey lovers. Hey, good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Bro reads every comment. Yep, I do. I'm the only, you're the only Pettersson supporter in here. Yep, you are. Because the PD police used to come in here like a flood all the time. And guess what? I was right. And they're quiet now. Hybrid, this is fun. This is the part where I'm like, I can just say I was right. I can do a little bit of like, hey, it's just the truth. I was right. 2.5 years ago, I said we need to move off of him. We should not be extending him. He's not good enough. He's not going to lead this team. And I was right. I wish I was wrong, but I was right. Michael Kesselring, 6'4", 216, 26 years old. He's huge. I think that was a great move for San Jose. Trevor Beggs just wrote an article about how Vancouver management heavily wants to trade PD. We aren't the only ones. I bet it's based on Dollywall, or however you spell it. Yeah, Dollywall's awesome. He's the best insider we have, I think. Justin says, I agree. I think they want PD gone. That'd be great. Let's get rid of him. Brock Boeser with his 17th has tied San Jose forward Kiefer Sherwood as the Canucks leading goal scorer for 2025-2026 season. Ouch. Yeah, man, I love Zadorov too, but he had 0 social skills. What? He was the most entertaining guy. Love to watch. I mean, I don't know. I think his teammates love him. Huberdeau with a set of balls when it's just okay, relax. Flashy news is here. PD and Kuz had some vibe as Pavel and Gino. Well, no, Gino never scored all the goals, though, right? Yeah, man. I just think this is just you're just taking this to another level. I really think like. Man, Larkin is better than Pettersson, and it's not close. It's not close. PD showed. See, okay, this is the other thing. Hybrid, we can agree to disagree. Okay, man? We can agree to disagree. Because when you make comments like this, it'll be 20 to 30 and 200. Okay, so you think he's going to turn around. I don't. And that's okay. That's okay. Okay, we're going to keep going on. Hope you're right. I hope you're right. I don't think I'm wrong. Prickfetti, PD showed that he's easily distracted. There will be some more issues in the future. He can't be consistent. Also think Stenberg will be picked second. And I just meant if he goes fourth, I'd be upset. If Chicago gets Stenberg, that's going to stink. Great for Chicago, bad for us. Calgary gets Carls would make me very happy. I think that's where he lands. He hasn't been top 30 except for his 102-point season. Yeah, for Freddie, you're not wrong, man. Sedins are both very, very fit still. I know. I think it'd be awesome to see them play again. Flashy News says, I think I'm with Dollywall willing to break his news. PD is all but gone. That's cool. It's cool by me. EP40's biggest problem isn't his on ice performance. It's his attitude and lack of coming to camp out of shape and unprepared. I agree. Canuckle Puck, we're going to have to retain if we want a decent return. That will actually help the rebuild. That might be true. Hot take, put EP40 on the blue line. He could be an offensive defenseman. I love it. Even when EP40 was great, he was mere shadow to Pavel. I had seasons back. Yeah, dude, Pavel Bure is the bomb. He's my favorite. EP40, you're right. It's not the same anymore. Can't even beat his rookie records. That's fair. See, that's good. Okay. He was a top 20 center in points this year, and y'all, dude, he had 51 points. He had 50. That's not good enough. This 51. Oh man, I love your passion for him. Toronto has a boatload of cap space. Yep. 3 million retention puts them at 8.6 million. Player 2, the team that trades for, yeah, that's very doable. He is worth that salary. I don't even think he's worth that, but I think that's where they would land. Hockey players are human too, but also making professional money. I agree. Haven't seen a PD supporter. Well, I know, especially here, Justin, especially here. All the PD police are gone. After 8 years in the league, we have to stop talking about EP40's potential, right? Mark Scheifele lost his dad in the playoffs, played the same day. I know that would have been hard. That would have been hard too. They lost, but he had a great game. Yeah. Brock Boeser struggled too when his dad passed away. When his dad was sick. I have compassion. Don't get me wrong. It sounds like I don't, because my wife and I know exactly what that's like. But I don't think that can be the only excuse. I think there's the other excuses are way more like, oh, we didn't have any good line mates. Okay. Adam Petey is not someone I want around for their up and coming young players. He's locker room poison, he says. Wow, that's a bold statement, right? The character issues presented themselves early in EP40's career. Dude, this is amazing how you capitalize every word. This is phenomenal. It's great. The character issues presented themselves early. Yep. Tripp says, I respect PD, but I honestly think that they can go for someone like Laine or someone like that. That's a hot take, but again, just a rumor. The reason why we wouldn't go for Laine is he's a winger, not a center. We need a center in return if we're going to get one. I believe in PD more than Caleb Malhotra. That's fair. I just don't get the hype, and you might be right on PD. Well, I have been right on PD. But Malhotra, hell no, I'm right on PD over Mount. Okay. Sure. I think that Malhotra is going to be a second line center. By the way, this thing I posted, I just want to make this very clear. This is not what I want to happen. This is what I think is going to happen. So just so we're clear on that. I want Stenberg if he's available. I probably would take one of those 3 defensemen or Bjork over Malhotra too, but we'll see. Okay, Donnie and Dolly is the best show. I always PBR. It's so good. So good. They're great. I would have made Zadorov captain. Wayne, I love it, man. I love you, man. I would have had a Zadorov jersey, but don't have one. Because trading for DeBrusk reminds me of the Canucks signing him, diluted and desperate for playoff revenue. I agree. Look at their stats. Diego over Malhotra. What do you think? I have Bjork over him. If you go to my other videos about the positional players, top 5 positional players, go check that video of mine out. That I do. And hey, hybrid, we agree. Vigo. Okay. SGA. If the San Jose Sharks select Stenberg at 2, I will get drunk off of some beers and heart. Oh, okay. I'm not going to. Remote. I mean, Zadorov was never liked by management. He was too honest for them. They loved him in Calgary, but undisciplined at times. I think they liked him in Vancouver. He played his best hockey in Vancouver. Perfetti, I agree, Vigo, but I think management are pretty set. How can the Canucks take Vigo when they have Manny Malhotra as the coach? I just telling you right now. If we trade him, might as well retain and get an asset. This is not the time to trade him if even you want to. That's fair. That's a fair take. So, Wayne, everything that could go wrong for the Canucks went wrong this year. Horrible signings, bad year, lottery disaster. We had an hour. Guys, I have so many comments still to go through. Oh, no, I'm at the tail end. I got to call it a night. I love your hot takes. You're the GOAT. Oh, thanks, man. Okay. David, I don't want to retain because the next team might buy him out. Okay. Yeah, we can't chance it. I get it. Like your hat. Thank you. All right. I got to call it a night, everyone. This is great. Glad everyone's here. Good conversation tonight. Really interesting. So now we're at an hour. We got to call it a night, everyone. It's been great hanging out with you. I think DeBrusk, if we're talking about these three, I think DeBrusk gets traded. I think Pettersson does not. And I think Brock Boeser we keep. That's my personal opinion. Let's believe in blue. The draft's right around the corner. We're about to find out what's going to happen. I'm loving it. Can't wait. Can't wait for next Friday. The draft is coming soon. Let's believe in blue, embrace this rebuild, and of course, always cheer this team on. Go Canucks, go.